open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
This is Steiny.
Have you ever lost your wallet?
Yeah. One time permanently. But you know what I mean? Everybody kind of loses it for a little while. Can't find it for maybe a day or something.
Misplaces it somewhere.
Exactly. So I guess technically, yeah, the one time I can say that I lost it.
What would you say was your emotional state when you realized it was missing?
Freaking out a little bit just because of all the, basic, you got everything in there, credit cards, insurance cards, everything like that. I didn't have a whole lot of cash back in those days, so.
Yeah. Well, let me regale you with a tale that happened to me recently. Now, I haven't thought about this for a couple months. I was going to record about it, and then Beast Navidad happened, and it just got lost in the ether of my brain. And then yesterday, I'm like, oh shit, the wallet. I can't remember if I was off that day, like I took it off, or I worked a half day. All I know is that I went to the store and I got some groceries. And then I came home and I was emptying them out of the trunk and bringing them into the house.
Sure.
Now, as I'm doing it, there's a big thing of toilet paper. I take it out and then just the box. I have a couple of boxes that I keep all the time in my trunk with like a spare jacket and a spare winter hat.
Oh, and, yeah. The Minnesota survival kit, pretty much. Yeah. Yep. I got the same thing. Some blankets, random things.
Pretty much.
Yeah. As a dad, I would usually have a football or something to throw.
Baseball glove.
You got it.
So I'm dinking in this box, right? And I find a winter hat and gloves of mine. And then also my son's.
My son.
And I'm like, holy shit. Boy, I just found your winter gloves and hat. Okay, so now it's just me and the boy. His sisters are at school. They don't get home until 3:45 and 4:05 respectively. His other sister, who is 6, I have to go pick up. So this is a Friday.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm done in the trunk. We go in the house. I had got Taco Bell for lunch, as I am often to do on a Friday. Okay, so I'm in the house. I'm doing chores. I'm fucking around. I think I edited and posted something. It was time to go get the one sister from school because I was picking her up because I was off instead of her getting a ride. So now there's me and the boy and my oldest in the car. We go get the other one from school. And it's like, well, now we got to go get your sister. Mm-hmm. Well, we don't want to come with. Take us home. So I did. I go to pick up my youngest daughter at my estranged wife's house. And once I pick her up, I'm like, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go to Walmart real quick? Okay. I'm like, good, because I forgot to get carrots for the rabbit. And
Okay.
we'll get some M&M cookies because we'll get cookies.
Yeah.
And then we'll eat them in the parking lot. Just kind of our thing.
Okay. I gotcha. And the oldest don't get any because they didn't come with.
Correct. Fuck them. Mm-hmm. They did not want to participate.
Yep.
We go to Walmart. It's not too far from her house. We bum around for like 20 to 25 minutes. Just looking at all manner of shit. Video games, toys. Yep. Somebody had to go to the bathroom. At no time do I pat my pocket. Because I just assume my wallet's in my left front pocket like it always is.
Sure.
Not my back pocket because I'm not an idiot and I don't want to get my wallet stolen. That's a fucking rookie move these days, keeping your shit in your back pocket. Don't do it.
Never liked it. Felt weird.
Well, yeah, especially when you sit down and it kind of bunches up in your ass when you're in the car and stuff.
Yep.
So we get up to the registers. I have 2 items. I scan the carrots. I scan the cookies. I grab my pocket. I go, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. My wallet's not fucking here. I'm like, oh, it must be out in the car. So I tell the guy working the cashier area, I'm like, I left my wallet in the car. Can I just have you hold this? Can you suspend the transaction or whatever? He's like, yeah. He cancels it out. He grabs the bag. I left the kids in the cart in the front entryway vestibule.
Sure. Why bring them all the way out?
Because I was like the fourth parking space.
Okay.
And it was a little chilly out. I go to the car. No wallet.
Of course not.
And I'm frightened because the last place I remember having it after Taco Bell was I thought I put it in the little pocket of my door. You know how there's like on your armrest, there's like a little hole for random shit?
Yeah. Yep.
You might keep chapstick or your phone or something in there from time to time.
Mine actually has a spot where you could put like a drink kind of carved out in there, too.
Yeah, that's lower on the door, but I don't know who would put a drink there because it's not big enough, and if it's open, it's going to fucking spill.
One of those Yeti cups that steals up fits almost perfectly in there.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, I have a Ford. You have a Kia.
Yeah.
So, different.
Yeah.
Different.
What year?
12.
14.
Okay.
2 years of cup advancement.
So I go back and I grab the kids. They're like, Daddy, are we going to get the cookies? I'm like, I can't find my fucking wallet. So we can't buy them because I don't have the money with me. And I'm thinking to myself, in my wallet, my ID,
Yep.
my debit card, my credit card, my Target Red card, a Target gift card, my insurance cards for me and the whole family for medical and dental,
Yep.
my iMed card for my eye coverage, my car insurance for both my vehicles,
Yep.
$40 cash that my friend had given me to reimburse me for a concert ticket that we had recently attended.
Right. Everything.
Yeah.
You knew everything that was in there. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like,
I forgot about the-
motherfucker.
I forgot about the gift cards because when I lost it, I lost probably about $100 in gift cards in my wallet too. Yep.
Yeah, because why leave them at home where they're
Yeah.
safe until you're ready to spend them instead of having them with you all the time?
Just in case you're at those places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would make too much sense to be safe about it. Mm-hmm. So immediately I thought back, all right, I look all around my car. Underneath it even.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm like,
Maybe it dropped out.
fuck.
Yeah.
Because my thought is, if it's in the door hole, I swing the door open, it either fell on the ground or it fell onto my lap and then down next to the door.
Right.
Like in between the seat and the door.
I found my phone in that little spot between the door and my seat, thinking it, it could have fallen out of the car, but it happened to fall right in that gap more often than not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm panicking. I call their mom and I'm like, hey, I need you to go out in your driveway and see if my wallet's out there. I told her what was up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, please get a flashlight and immediately go look around.
Right.
Call me back in a few minutes. She calls me back. It's not out there. I'm like, did you get down on the ground and look underneath your vehicle? Because she was not there when I picked him up, but
Right.
she came home about 5 minutes after I left. No, it was not there. I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh shit. I call home to my oldest two daughters. I'm like, check my drawer, check the bathroom, vanity, check on my bed, check my work pants on the floor next to the bed, check on the washing machine.
Check the bags that the groceries came in.
All these places, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
And then I hear my 10-year-old like, well, it's not in your dresser, in your sock drawer. I'm like, why would you go in my dresser? Stay the fuck out of my dresser. Literally never go in my dresser. For anything. I don't care. Never again. Promise me. Okay, Dad. Here's why. That's where my gun is.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say.
It's not loaded.
No.
The bullets are not with it. They don't even know I have it. I also have a boot knife in there. So, just don't fuck with my shit.
Right. Yeah. Could get hurt.
So now I'm more livid because she went in there. I'm like, oh, fuck. Did she see the gun? And is she going to say something about it to me and then say something to the beast who's going to be like, why the fuck do you have a gun? Like, were you alive the last time we had a presidential election? Because that night, a lot of shit had been popping off that year, and I wasn't sure if the country was going to go nuts. So I bought a gun just in case.
Yeah. Especially after the pandemic, that whole stretch.
And the George Floyd shit.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you had a waiting list for a while. You couldn't go to places that didn't have any guns in stock. It was weird going to Fleet Farm and seeing everything going.
Yeah. Now I'm racing home. Because now I have to look where I told them to look. Because if you have kids and you explain where to look for something, even if you get ultra specific, they somehow hear half of what you tell them and they can't find their asses in the dark with both fucking hands.
It's like their mind goes blank and they can't remember what they're looking for.
I get home, tear the house apart. No. Yeah. Now I'm frantic. So I'm like, all right. I call Walmart.
Okay.
I ask if anybody turned in a wallet. No. I'm like, fuck, because no one's going to turn in a fucking wallet. They're just going to take the money and throw all the shit away. I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's a white guy. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I hate to sound like that's the way I think now, but literally everywhere I go is fuck white men everywhere.
I got a counterpoint to that for you, but we'll finish that up when we get there.
Okay. So I call Walmart, no wallet, right?
Yeah.
I call Taco Bell, thinking, oh, what if it fell out in the drive-thru because I went from the groceries to Taco Bell. And like I said, I set it in the door hole. And I'm like, did anybody turn a wallet in? He's like, no. He's like, where were you sitting in the restaurant? I'm like, no, dude. I came to the drive-thru, and I'm just wondering if when you guys handed me back my card, if maybe my wallet fell out and somebody saw it and turned it in, or somebody saw it and grabbed it, brought it in. He's like, well, we're kind of busy. I'll have to call you back. And I'm like, call me back, dude? I don't have time to fucking sit here and hope that you are done smoking weed on your break and remember well enough to call me back at the number I gave you. Which, by the way, he didn't even have me give him my name. Which basically he's like, fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah, I took his number, but I ain't gonna call him back.
Yeah, he probably wrote down, like in the movie Road Trip, when he calls about the test and he might not make it in time because there was an accident.
Oh, yeah.
And then the TA is the one that answers. He's like, F-U-C-K-O-F-F, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Yeah. I picture him doing that. Yeah. Think that he's talking to the professor. He's like, oh no. Is everything okay? Yeah, it's the TA, fucking douchebag. Mm-hmm. I call the wife. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, well, I'm about to head up to Walmart because I got to get some groceries. I'm like, here is where I parked. I will meet you there. Go to where I was parked. I fucking speed my ass off to get there. And it's only me now.
Sure.
I left all 4 kids at home because I was in no mood for anybody to make small talk, ask me questions, or get on my nerves at all. I might have Casey Anthony'd one of them. I have a suitcase big enough for each one of them. It could happen.
Carry on for a couple. But
yeah. I get to Walmart. She has not seen it. I'm down on all fours looking under cars with a flashlight like a maniac.
What time of day is this now?
I think we're at like 7:30 at night.
Okay.
And it's dark.
Yep.
So holy shit. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go back in the store. I go in, and it's the same head cashier dude. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got your stuff over here. And I'm like, no, dude. I still ain't found my wallet. He's like, oh, man, that sucks. I'm like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks moose balls. Because, I got cash, all my IDs, all my kids' insurance cards, all that shit.
So did you start retracing steps inside Walmart?
No.
Okay.
I went to the service desk on his recommendation. Because even though I had called the store and they said they didn't find my wallet, I still wanted to go ask somebody in case someone there doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about on the phone and they went on break and somebody who also doesn't know what the fuck's going on because they work at Walmart is like, oh, I'm at the death now.
Nobody communicated nothing. Right?
Nobody found it. And I'm just so fucking crestfallen and defeated. And she's getting mad at me for saying, like, somebody saw it, took the cash, said, fuck you, Whitey, and threw my wallet away.
Even if they're white themselves.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes it funnier, honestly. I mean, I hate to laugh at my own fucking misery, but yeah, if a white person's like, fuck you, honky, and they throw it away, and someone's like, wait, you're white. So now we're walking out of the store, and I'm like, I just don't understand. I never lose things. I'm always so fucking careful. And she's like, well, I don't know. Did you go in your trunk today? And I look at her like, why the fuck would I go in my... Hold on. I go run to the car. Mm-hmm. I pop the trunk. I use my phone as a flashlight. There it fucking is.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, you remember the beginning of the story. What was I doing?
Groceries. Cub food, the grocery store, bringing them in, right?
And the hat and the gloves. I went, egad, the missing hat and gloves. So I had my wallet apparently in my hand.
And set it down.
And I set it down. And I forgot. And I turned to her and I'm like, oh, you beautiful second half of my brain. You know how sometimes your spouse or ex-spouse, you have that dynamic. Like, you'll think of everything in a panic, but miss one fucking Monday morning detail. And they say it, and it's so fucking obvious that you're furious that you didn't think of that. And I was just so fucking elated. I went back into the store.
Did you purchase the cookies?
I held it up, and the guy's like looking at me funny. I'm like, dude, I found my wallet. Like, the wife said, check your trunk. And I didn't think I had even gone in the trunk. And guess what? He's like, it was in the trunk. I'm like, yeah. So where's my bag? And then I bought the carrots and I bought the cookies, and I ate half of them on the ride home to fucking relieve my feelings because I was all stressed out. And so thankful.
And the rabbit got to eat.
And the rabbit got her carrots. Now, quickly, there are 2 times of related stories from my past. One is, I think it was like 10th or 11th grade, right? I'm laying down on my desk in class, and I was tired as fuck from working the night before. Because in high school, I worked almost full-time hours.
Did you really? Jeez.
Yeah, at Target. At one point where I was working like 30 to 35 hours a week.
Wow.
Yeah, they were definitely fucking getting their money's worth out of us.
Yeah. That's why they have those rules now. After so many hours, they're full-time. Like, you can't work part-timers that many hours anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just remember laying there half out of it, and I hear some guy in the row next to me, like a few seats back, like, hey, why don't you hand me that wallet? I get going on in the day. I go to pat my pocket. My wallet's gone. It's not my locker.
Sure.
And then I'm like, well, it's not in my car because fucking A, I had it in my pocket earlier when I sat down. Why did it fall out of my pocket? Because I had it in my back pocket.
There you go.
And it fell out the hole in the back of the chair.
Did you ever get it back?
No. And that fucking cunt kept it.
You knew who it was then?
I could name him for you right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to know who it is.
Because there's an interesting wrinkle. Now, he was a hockey jock, right?
Okay.
But a shithead.
50% are.
He's one of the bad boys at school. And I went to Catholic school. So, hockey jock, bad boy, pot smoker, drinker, partier, a-hole. He took my wallet, probably made fun of me, threw away my shit, kept the $14.
Fuck you, Whitey.
Pretty much. Only he probably said my name. And I had asked the office who made an announcement. Everyone's like in the hallways when they're announcing it, and someone's like, oh, that sucks. My day was fucking ruined. Because I had this one picture of my ex-girlfriend that had broken up with me months prior. It was my first love.
Oh, sure.
It was in there.
Yeah.
Never got it back. Yeah, and she had like personalized it and shit. It was important to me.
Oh, yeah.
I probably should have taken it out, but I was still wistful and hoping for a second chance. So that guy that took my wallet, ran into him later in life when I was working at the jail.
Ah, was he in...
Bunch of Deweys.
Okay.
Bunch of Deweys. He had gone from playing hockey to coaching hockey, lost all of it.
Oh, sure.
Because of the booze, and also was involved in another incident where they raided his house and found meth. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing with meth? And it's funny because I wanted to bring it up to him so bad. Like, you probably don't remember this, but I'll never forget it. So you owe me $14 in a wallet, motherfucker.
Right. And do you still have that picture?
Yeah, probably not.
Just kidding.
He probably read it and then laughed about it with his friends. Because they thought it was a bitch. But yeah, I lost my wallet that time. Then there's prom night. Senior year.
Ouch.
I'm borrowing a suit from my dad. I didn't rent a tux. I borrowed a suit. Went, and I rode in my car with my girlfriend. And my friend borrowed his dad's fucking, I think it was a Firebird.
Oh, cool.
Pontiac Firebird.
Sure.
And he had some chick that he knew from a different school that was pretty good looking. He was excited to take. Now, for some reason, he ran out of gas.
Firebird.
On the ride home.
Sure.
And I pulled over with him and picked him up. And for some reason, I had gotten out and walked in the median with him while we were trying to figure out the situation. We get back to my house. We get a gas can. We gas up the car. We get his car and my car back to the fucking house. I can't find my wallet. I go back to where I had picked him up. And I shit you not, I'm with a flashlight like a fucking maniac, walking through the median thinking it fell out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it, totally crestfallen, get all the way home. I had taken off my sport coat when I got there.
Oh, sure.
And not realized that it was in the fucking
inside
vest pocket.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, the whole fucking thing unnecessary.
Yep. I've had a few of those in my time as well. One thing I wanted to circle back to, you were saying about how nobody finds a wallet, sees a picture of a white guy, and turns it in. My son went to, now this was just before Thanksgiving. So it was like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They had gotten done with school. He went to where he goes to school. There's a McDonald's just across the street. No joke, right on the corner. And he went there with some buddies, got something to eat. And kids nowadays, they wear a lot of these pants called joggers. And the pockets are not very trustworthy, especially when they're already loose. And, well, yeah. So needless to say, he lost his wallet. Well, somebody found it, turned it in to McDonald's, right? And then McDonald's, because nobody had come to claim it, they turned it into the post office, and then the post office mails it to you. Yeah.
That's a thing?
That's a thing. I had learned that. Yeah, that was new. This just happened within the last, 3-4 months. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. But prior to that, we actually went to both of the Spring Lake Park, I guess you could say, post offices to see if they had still had it, and they didn't. So basically they forwarded it on to Minneapolis, and then Minneapolis mails it out.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot of rigmarole. Exactly. But he got it back?
Yeah, he got it back. Yeah.
Was everything in it?
I didn't ask him. I think for the most part it was, because it might have been one of the employees that was cleaning up that found it, or somebody. It was right on the floor, and somebody turned it in right away, so they just kept everything together. But yeah, I think he pretty much got everything back. So I guess it also depends on where it happens, because there was cameras there, so maybe somebody had a conscience because,
they're watching me.
Oh, well.
Oops, I dropped my wallet.
Into
the fucking, sons of bitches. Now this just reminded me of a third time from my past. When I was a police explorer, we would frequently get to ride in the cop cars and practice driving them around the lot.
Oh, sure.
And I was sitting in the back of one once. And I didn't realize it at first, but now we got done with the car, we parked it. I went back into the PD for the end of our meeting, and I'm like, oh shit, where's my wallet? I am frantically trying to get back to the garage where they parked the cars in time.
Yeah.
Because it was shift change.
Oh, okay.
And I got there just in time to go into the fucking squad car, pull the fucking seat out, because they come right out, so they can hose him down.
Yeah.
And there was my fucking wallet.
Piss and vomit.
So some fucking degenerate piece of shit could have gotten a free wallet out of it because, again, it was in my back fucking pocket.
For the record, shortly after the police car incident, Jmann began using a wallet chain to prevent such chicanery going forward.
I hope this held everyone's attention. I just want to say, as a father who has all this important shit in your wallet, it's one thing when you're a kid and you lose your wallet and you're like, oh, that fucking sucks. Like I lost mine in high school. Yeah. I was pissed off. I had to go get a new fucking ID. Big deal when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Even bigger deal when you're a fucking adult and you need that ID for all kinds of things. Cashing checks, going to the doctor.
Yep.
I mean, all these insurance cards for both my cars and our physical bodies for fucking 6 people.
Oh, yeah. Not just you. Others.
And then knowing that if I lost it for reals, the beast would be like, that's karma. Fuck you. She always relates things that happen to me that suck to karma. Like
That's not how that karma works, but all right.
Well, she seems to think that I have all this bad juju coming my way because she lost the custody agreement or the custody case.
Oh, so she's just being negative and wishing negative things upon you. Okay.
Yeah, she's just being cunty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Human. But yeah.
Interact with the show on Twitter at What Do We Call It? That is at What Do We Call It? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/What Do We Call It podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
This is Steiny.
And that's the end.